Because he was calling me to ask if I heard it.
That's funny.
Oh, you what?
No, because I said, I didn't tell Jack. They said that's because the chance would be here. There you go. Here's the call.
That's great. So he's trying.
And that's where. They're fancy that.
Good month for that. Still okay. Yeah, still good weather.
Stay down longer. There now, because it was like, when we booked it in January, it's like, you could have 20%, and then I came to 100%, and we sent out our invitations, and now, COVID's coming back, I'm like, well, the invitations are us.
John is back. Mr. Schwartz, we're back in town.
I've been here all summer.
Really? You've been hiding. What's going on?
Just, on a short leash. All right.
Get down.
The music is going down.
I didn't realize it was right here.
Yeah, it's a church. I had a little thing going tonight, and then,
Sounds good.
Christian rock. Christian rock.
All right.
You ready?
Michelle, how are you? There's some air in there.
So we don't have to touch that.
T-shirt, double shirt, summer day. Yeah, pick up my charcoal.
Yeah. Thank God.
I didn't think so.
Shall we do it the whole time?
The whole time. Not anymore.
You did? Did you take it there and everything? What the hell? You should have been here. You would have taken me out. All of us.
Isn't that fun?
I'm comfortable sitting next to you. I know it's very yeah. It's one. Yeah, this is supposed to be.
Let's see your part, everybody.
This is really comfortable. Sometimes it's fun. There you go.
What are the lights in here?
There are.
That's the only one I'm There's a lot of buttons over there.
It's all first.
Are you here for executive? Are you here for executive? You can take me out.
I'd go to your cities. Getting in the office and
Personal meeting, they're all like,
Because I asked him at the meeting, you know, what their view is on it. It's good to hear that perspective. You're available at 8 o'clock.
after.
Okay, yeah.
Zach, how are you? How are you? Good. Good.
So that was Bluefish Blitzes. Did you go there? No, the Bluefish Blitzes?
You know, I didn't see anything one day with the fish.
It was Saturday or day at midday at High Tide at the beach.
It's like dead out there right now. I was this time of year I was crushed by the food got off the turf. I haven't caught anything. Like little things here and there. So weird. But I just feel like when you got the most of the big storm, it kind of shakes things up a little bit and get rolling again because it's kind of bait out there. I'm actually watching this thing. The sharks along the way. So now the colors are sharks. No, I didn't catch anything. Always throw out there. So.
Thank you. Good, how are you? Good. Can I find out? I was like, actually, on Good Friday. Liz, maybe there was one.
Hey, Roger.
You probably can't hear us.
You get a bit.
Hey, Roger.
Good evening, all. Good to see you.
I don't know. I haven't heard from Sam.
No.
Well, Joe's on his way in.
Yeah, Joe, what are you hearing?
I guess wait for Joe and, you know. Oh, that's Kevin. It's 7:05, yeah. I'll start there. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for coming out to tonight's council meeting. We can start off with our Pledge of Allegiance.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This meeting is now called to order. In line with the Borough of Seabright's long-standing policy of open government and in compliance with the Open and Public Meetings Act, I wish to advise you that adequate notice of this regularly scheduled meeting was sent to the Asbury Park Press and other local newspapers on January 4th, 2021. In each instance, the date, time, and location of this meeting were provided in the notice. This meeting is open to the public. Roll call. Councilmembers Birdsall.
Here.
Booker.
Here.
Catalano. Keeler. Lamy.
Here.
Lexstein.
Here.
And Mayor Kelly's here. All right, first up, we'll start off with remarks from the audience. If there's anybody in the audience who'd like to address the governing body, just please state your name and your address, and then you've got the floor. Is there anybody who'd like to be heard today? Yeah?
Do I just stand there?
Yeah, it's right there.
Okay. You're used to the podium. 6 Peninsula Avenue, Pam Ross. I've been complaining, and I looked, it was last year, 6/24, sent an email. The Seabright Beach Club, between the hours of 4:50 to 5:10, there's 3 container pickups and extremely loud kabooms. And it's between that time. So I think that's, and it's actually, wakes you up out of bed. That's how loud it is. And it's continuing again this year. So this Monday, it hasn't gotten any better. It was at 4:10 in the morning, and that's really early. And last time my tenant was complaining to me, and it wakes me up too, so I don't even know what it's doing to the people right across from it. So I wanted to see how that could be addressed, because you lose sleep.
Yeah, I think it has been. I know I spoke to the chief today, and
yeah, correct. So the company that has been emptying that particular dumpster at Seabright, they have been issued a summons. We gave them a warning. Summons were issued, so if they don't comply, we'll just keep issuing more summonses to them. I know we've had some issues with the private property ones, the ones that the borough has actually used. So we'll just keep issuing summonses, keep calling.
And then what happens?
They go to court.
Oh, okay. So at least it's being pursued. That's all I wanted to know what the status was, because I definitely have sleep deprivation. Thank you.
Yeah, and we do understand that.
Yeah, that's,
Sometimes
I could even have a 5:30, but that's a no.
and I believe Roger, our borough attorney, did you want to comment on this also?
Mayor, I'm sorry, the audio was off for a while, so I wasn't able to catch that note.
Okay, Pam Ross she has a complaint regarding the early dumpster pickups over, I believe, at Seabright Beach Club, and I don't know if you have something to add to that also. I know the chief issued a summons, and they've been spoken with, so...
Well, I mean, a summons is pretty much all we could do at that point. I did look at the one thing I thought we could add to the ordinance on the solid waste collection code is we don't actually have on the commercial collections a starting time. And I suggested to Mr. Green to take a look at perhaps adding that to the code so that we have something extra with a bit of a punch on the commercial collection side.
All right, sounds good, Roger. We can do that.
They put it on the workshop.
All right. All right, we'll do just that, put on a workshop. Thanks, Roger. And thanks, Chief and Pam.
And honestly, sometimes I don't mind if, I know the garbage trucks, I know why they come that early. Sometimes just to get them through town,
Yeah.
backing up on all over, it's not easy for them either. So hopefully we can try to find some happy medium.
Sure.
I understand why they're coming through town, because they are everywhere. Just in and out of here for them, it's not one of the easiest things to do. I don't want to start issuing all the garbage trucks as many tickets as possible with the garbage out of here, so you guys know.
Sure.
I can tell what the dumpsters smell like right now. It's horrific.
Thanks, Chief. Thanks, Pam.
Thank you.
Yeah, all yours.
Susan McDonald, 5 Shrewsbury Drive in Monmouth Beach. And I'm here to just publicly, we wanted the town to know the letter. I believe you all got an email copy of it. Monmouth Beach EMS will no longer respond to Seabright EMS calls. Please take us off your mark. There is a mass casualty. We will respond. Otherwise, they need to get a squad of their own. And what has led to this has been the 8 calls in the middle of the night in July. I happen to be on every single one. And they're at 211, 305, 240, 208, 118, 221. And we understand that there are EMTs and an ambulance in the building next door while we're coming over here to take care of these calls. These calls, it may not be right, but I may not get out of bed for an intoxicated person. But these calls were cardiac, seizure, unconscious, and overdose, to name just a few. So we just want it out there on public record. If you look at the 11th edition of Emergency Care by Limmer and O'Keefe, there is a duty to act. And you have an ambulance and you have EMTs. It may fall under a category of negligence or failure to act. So we just want it out there in the public that this is the stand we've taken until you can solve the problem next door.
Yeah, we're aware of it. We received a letter already, so we're aware of that. And yeah, and I'm not aware of having an EMT on hand when they're not responding to a call. I know most of the calls are responded to in the borough, and if we don't have an EMT, we don't have that option. But that's my understanding of it.
Okay.
So maybe if there's a problem, you could bring it to our attention before it gets to this point.
Well, it kind of happened fast when we realized that you had 8 calls in the month, and they're always on the weekend. So that's why we acted as fast as we could. And we let all of you know, and we let...
When it was over, when you let us know.
Well, we found out when we got a letter from
Yeah,
Karen.
that's it. When we did our stats at the end of the month, we went, oh my gosh, there's a problem here.
All right,
So,
thank you.
You're welcome.
Would anybody else like to hear?
John Schwartz, 24 My problem is nothing compared to that. I spoke with a couple of you guys about the plastic ordinance, and I don't think we should be waiting for the state. We should be leaders. We had the green team. We made a big deal out of it, and you got a lot of restaurants that are basically thumbs up with us and continue to use plastic. And if we make the ordinances, we should enforce them. We shouldn't have people decide whether they're going to enforce them or not. The restaurants are making enough money right now in this town that they should do like Woody's and use paper. You know, he started before the ordinance, did the right thing. You know, when we live at the beach, we should protect our beach.
Yeah, we thought Benny had already doing that. I wasn't aware of that.
The last 2 things I want to know what's going on with the old Borough Hall and the Hatter. Do you have any?
Yeah, I mean, the old borough halls, we're going to obviously keep it as a community building. I know John has been working on some options there. We've discussed them many times, so it's a work in progress. Aside from having a historical committee in there right now, we're going to convert it over to at a minimum to something for the show. But John, you want to speak to that at all?
Yeah, a little bit. We did an evaluation of what it needs. Right? There's a lot of maintenance that has to happen, so I reviewed with Joe what we need. Some lighting, so that's the first part. We did, hopefully this week, we did address the lighting in the old council chambers, which the seniors are using. But I do have some ideas. We're going to meet tomorrow night, the PR group, and talk about some things that I would like to consider here with the youth in the community, not necessarily the Seabright, because we know we got a small group. But what can we make available? And in the first place, we need to restore it, right? So there's still boxes in the gym. I did a full inventory of everything that has to happen, and now we'll chip away. It's a little cumbersome now with the COVID concern, right? We want to bring people in that group, but let's get it working, and then we'll put it back into service when it's closed.
There was one other thing, before I got off council, we talked about you guys seeing the vouchers before the meeting. Did that happen? Are you getting the vouchers at the meeting to sign?
We do get the voucher with our game packets. So,
Just you get them at the meeting, you don't have much time to go over them. Like I noticed there's 2 gas bills on here. We were using one company to do the big, consolidating into one company. And there are things on here that you don't want to wait till the meeting to go through them because it's not enough time. These guys in charge of the committee, we talked about getting them a week ahead of time so you guys could actually look at them instead of rubber stamping all the bills.
To answer the other question you asked with the Mad Hatter, so they were placed on the abandoned properties list, and that process is well underway. And I don't know if Roger can still hear us, but I'd rather have the attorney give you a more thorough update. But essentially, that was the route we took, where they were placed on the abandoned properties list, which takes some time, but it's midstream right now.
Then what happens after that?
Is Roger there?
Roger, can you hear us?
You're muted, Roger. You're on mute. You're on mute.
I'm sorry. Okay, so Mayor, we are following the process that you indicated. We moved on to the next phase. It was placed on the abandoned properties list. The owners appealed that decision. A hearing was conducted by the code enforcement officer. Code enforcement officer rejected that appeal. We then had to wait for, I believe it was 40 days for the applicant to appeal that decision. They did not do so. And a couple weeks ago, we took the next step, which was filing an action in Superior Court, looking to obtain control of the property so that the project could be finished or the property could be otherwise redeveloped. So that was filed in the Superior Court, and it has been served on the Keller Management Company. It is in the process of being served on all the other defendants. All the other defendants are the companies that own or that have hold liens on the property. As the council knows, there are judgments that have been entered. There are construction liens that have been filed by various contractors. There's a mortgage held by the Economic Development Authority. So all of those entities will be served with that complaint. Everybody then has 35 days to respond, and then we'll be moving before the Superior Court for an order to take control of the property so it can be redeveloped.
All right, thanks, Roger.
Thanks, Roger.
Sound good, John? All right. Any more like to be heard tonight? Chief.
Yeah, I just wanted to publicly thank Erwin Weaver and the Tradewind Houses Association on Tradewind Lane. They gave us a very generous donation, which we appreciated. We got some equipment that we needed, stuff that we wanted, stuff that isn't normally in our budget, but I just wanted to thank him again and everybody on Tradewind Lane. We appreciate it. And I just want to publicly acknowledge to everybody that the equipment that we have, that we're getting through the donation and stuff that well needed. Thanks very much.
You're very welcome. Well deserved.
Yeah, thanks, Chief. Thank you, guys, and thanks for everyone back on your street that did that. Very nice. All right, is there anybody else? Nobody else wants to speak now? Okay. We'll move on to, next up is a letter of commendation for Ava Patton. She is a recent graduate from Maple Place. So I'm just going to invite her right here and say, just to wish her well and to congratulate her. If you don't mind walking up. So on behalf of the Board of Seabright, I congratulate you on your recent academic achievements, graduating in as valedictorian of your 8th grade class at the Maple Place Middle School Worship, and being accepted for the September freshman class at their competitive allied Academy of Health and Science Ministry. Classmates at the middle school and co-applicants to the Allied Academy. Such success reflects well on your skills, priorities, and inner values of self-discipline, self-confidence, healthy competitiveness, genuine intuitiveness, and fortitude. These qualities and attributes will continue to assist you in determining and reaching your goals in your life. Your success also reflects well on your family. Best wishes. Congratulations. So thank you also.
Helps me not love the kids, so I didn't feel bad.
Oh, there we go. Great. Mr. Mistat, on behalf of the Borough Council, congratulations on the recent academic accomplishments of your daughter Ava. Graduating in June as valedictorian of her 8th grade class at the Maple Place Middle School in Bridgeport, and being accepted for the September freshman class at the non-competitive Allied Academy of Health and Science and Education. Her success is a tribute to your parents. You consciously and subconsciously created and maintained a home and family environment which identified and supported the traditional and very positive values of our society and our country. Within such homes and families, children develop the skills and maturity necessary to successfully pursue their dreams and their goals. Congratulations. All right, we are moving on to our consent agenda. Would anyone like to make a motion to approve the items that are on this consent agenda?
I'll make that motion.
Sorry. All right. Councilmembers Birdsall?
Yes.
Booker?
Yes.
Keeler?
Yes.
Lamy?
Yes.
Lexi?
Yes.
All right, the consent agenda has been approved. We are on to our first bond ordinance. Bond ordinance number 12, 2021. Bond ordinance providing an appropriation of $160,000 for the acquisition of equipment for the fire department for and by the Borough of Seabright and the County of Monmouth, New Jersey, and authorizing the issuance of $152,000 in bonds or notes of the borough for financing part of the appropriation. Would anyone like to make a motion to open the public hearing on bond ordinance 12, 2021?
So moved.
All right, Councilmembers Birdsall?
Yes.
Booker?
Yes.
Keeler?
Yes.
Lamy?
Yes.
And Lexi?
Yes.
All right, would anyone from the public like to be heard on this bond?
Motion to close.
All right. Second. Councilmembers Birdsall?
Yes.
Booker?
Yes.
Keeler?
Yes.
Lamy?
Yes.
And Lexi?
Yes.
All right, make a motion to adopt bond ordinance 12, 2021 and advertise according to law.
I'll make that motion.
All right, Councilmembers Birdsall?
Yes.
Booker?
Yes.
Keeler?
Yes.
Lamy?
Yes.
And Lexi?
Yes.
All right, ordinance 12, 2021 has been adopted. Going on to bond ordinance 13, 2021, bond ordinance providing an appropriation of $140,000 for sewer utility improvements for and by the Borough of Seabright and the County of Monmouth, New Jersey, and authorizing the issuance of $133,000 in bonds or notes of the borough for financing part of the appropriation. Would anyone like to make a motion to open the public hearing on bond ordinance 13, 2021?
So moved.
Second.
All right, Councilmembers Birdsall?
Yes.
Booker?
Yes.
Keeler?
Yes.
Lamy?
Yes.
And Lexi?
Yes.
All right, would anybody from the audience like to be heard on this bond ordinance? All right, seeing no one.
I'll make a motion to close.
Second.
Roger, can you just clarify, if I'm not mistaken, I actually don't know, if I'm not mistaken, the money for this came out of that COVID fund that we got, right? That COVID relief fund? Is that, am I correct on that?
I believe this is the one that Mike brought to everyone's attention, and we said we were going to dedicate it towards the relining of the sewers downtown. Yes, sir.
Okay. So all of you know that all down in New Jersey, that COVID relief fund, X amount of dollars, or percentage was. I think we ended up with $135,000.
It was like 179.
Yeah, so but a portion of that is going toward the sewer relining downtown here. That's what this is here. So part of that is what it's going.
Thanks, Mayor. All right, so let's see, we have to make a motion to close it already, so we make a motion to adopt Bond ordinance 13/2021.
So, second.
All right, Councilmembers Birdsall,
Yes.
Booker,
Yes.
Giller,
Yes.
Lamy,
Yes.
and Lexi.
Yes.
All right, ordinance 13/2021 has been adopted. On to bond ordinance number 14/2021, bond ordinance providing an appropriation of $125,000 for the construction of ADA accessible viewing platforms along the bulkhead at Center Street and Beach Street for and by the Borough of Seabright, the County of Monmouth, New Jersey, and authorizing the issuance of $118,750 in bonds or notes of the borough for financing part of the appropriation. Would anyone like to make a motion to open a public hearing on bond number 14/2021?
So moved.
Councilmembers Birdsall,
Yes.
Booker,
Yes.
Giller,
Yes.
Lamy,
Yes.
Lexi.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't think we're gonna have ADA accessible.
That's actually correct.
That's Center Beach.
Yeah, there was no accessible.
Corrections to that bond ordinance, it should not say ADA accessible in that title, because we are obligated to do one ADA accessible viewing platform among the 5, I believe, that I think we're going to try to put in, and the one that we put in down at Osborne, fulfill that need, so the rest of them can be standard steps. So
That is correct.
Osborne is another place that we have the space to actually put the ramp in. All the other streets do not have that room to do so. So I just want to make sure we corrected that in the notes.
All right, so we approve the motion to open a public hearing. Would anybody from the public be heard on this one?
I have a question. We spent $48,000 on the other one. Why are these 60? And the other one was 88.
These are the engineering estimates, Mr. Schwartz.
Yeah, they haven't gone out to bid. It's just the estimated cost from the engineers.
The other thing, if you, I visited the other one, I recommend that we use plastic railings, not wood railings, the last one. They use the Trex deck, they put wood railings, you know.
We'll mention the engineer. We'll mention the engineers.
And stainless bolts, things. You know I'm against having them, but I know I'm not going to win that battle.
Well, it's also
But
good.
at least make them last.
Plastic is also better as far as splinters. That wood is out there for.
What's that?
I said that your idea for plastic is better also with regard to splinters. The wood's out there, it dries out and very good.
All right, would anybody else like to be heard on this one? All right, would anyone like to make a motion to close the public hearing on bond 14/2021?
So moved. Second.
Councilmembers Birdsall,
Yes.
Booker,
Yes.
Giller, Lamy,
Yes.
Lexi.
Yes.
All right, we're going to make a motion to adopt bond ordinance 14/2021.
So
moved. Second.
All right, Councilmembers Birdsall,
Yes.
Booker,
Yes.
Giller,
Yes.
Lamy,
Yes.
and Lexi.
Yes.
All right, ordinance 14/2021 has been adopted. Now we're on to new business. First up is the vouchers in the amount of $854,460.80. Would anyone like to make a motion to approve the voucher list?
Second.
All right, Councilmembers Birdsall,
Yes.
Booker,
Yes.
Giller,
Yes.
Lamy,
Yes.
and Lexi.
Yes.
All right, voucher list has been approved. Now we are on to the monthly mayor and council committee comments. I guess to start off, is anyone on council who would like to address the public? All right,
I'm the PR team, and I apologize, I'm going to speak not through the mix. Okay, so right now, there are some projects that are coming finally, we've been talking about a long time. I was able to follow up on a couple of them, but one of them is that we would just receive notice that crosswalk improvement review is going to be done between the Rumson Bridge and the North Beach at the mid-block section. So they'll be looking at that and then coming back with recommendations how to improve that. They gave us each block and lot where they're going to be. I requested some ideas on the public Facebook page, the PR page. We have 2 kiosks. There's one on Beach and there's one at the Old Borough Hall. And we get a couple of responses. Tomorrow night, the PR committee at council level will meet. I'll review them with them. and then we'll see how we can make use of them. We've got some good ideas. Maybe kids have art they want to display in one of them. The maps that were in there are outdated. The businesses that are on those maps may no longer exist. I'm trying to find out how we rejuvenate that, get the new people on, and I'm talking to the businesses as well, they want to participate. Kevin and I worked with Frank Lawrence to establish a shared drive for tracking all of our tasks. So every meeting, somebody throws, call it a grenade or whatever, and we talk about it, and we may not always remember to put it back on. So we now have a place that we can look. It just was released to the council. We'll have to learn how to use it and see how we prioritize it. We'll have to put some rules in of how does something get priority over items based on what they cost, based on how complex they are, how long they take. So I'm hopeful that that will keep us focused and we can keep a running list. There should be on the website right now, special events. We had the United First Methodist Church is doing worship services at the beach, Tuesday, Saturday, and Sunday until September 12th, between 6:30 and 8:30. The Recreation Department has a concert coming August 31st between 6 and 8. There's going to be a film shoot on East Church Street, August 24th and 25th, between 8 p.m. and 7 a.m.
Don't get too excited with the student film.
And Tigger House Beach Volleyball Student Alliance is going to celebrate their summer here on August 19th and September 2nd, 3 to 5. There's a lot more that is still under review for some fireworks. Skin Bash will be presenting and probably be approved through. There's some weddings. The church is looking to have a festival, yoga at the basketball pad, and a group wants to do some self-defense classes at the basketball court. So look on the website and see the details of what's there. I talked to Joe during the week. When I walk to town after it rains, we have a lot of ponding, they call it, right? I talked to the DOT representative, and what he told me is they are coming. He hasn't given me a date yet, but they're going to be remilling and repaving from Center Street north. So that'll take care of those areas. I've asked them, to give me some confirmation that, we repaved them a couple of years ago. Why didn't we get it right that time? How do we know we get it right this time? Well, I'll be watching for that, and he's going to put the project manager in touch with us to make sure we know what's going on. As I mentioned, tomorrow night, Mark and Sam and I will have a meeting, and we'll go over public relations activities, and then we'll circle back with the community group. There's two groups. One is community members, one is council members. I'm working to determine how we can, we talked about this earlier, reestablish a form of borough hall for the community. So I am concerned about how many people we can have visit, but we're not ready anyway. So the seniors are using it. I want to thank the Public Works. Every time I ask them to maybe a light bulb or fix something they run right over. I don't want them to do that. I want them to prioritize it. But I'm sure the seniors, if they're in the light, they'll have a better meeting coming up to our night. So they're the only ones that are using it. We do have lighting issues, as I mentioned, John. There's storage there upstairs that we don't really go up there, but there's no lights up there. And I made a list of all the things that I think need attendance, including the facade. Right? We redid it a couple of years ago, painted it, but it doesn't look good. So I want to see how we can address that, and I'll present it and get with Joe on that. And again, I just want to say Public Works, very responsive. They're lean and mean. There's only a couple of guys here that are doing all the activity, whatever we lean on for. Some of it's now, and some of it's planned, right? I appreciate, Sean, Randy, Dave, and Joe, really jump on things when we need it. And what I offer to them is anything I could do to help, I'll be more than willing to jump in there and help out. I have a few skills, but so far they're afraid of that.
Thanks for the update. It's great. Thank you. Anyone from council? Updates?
Just give you an update on the court. They finished the facility, building all that done, but they are still working out a security program. So it's still only calling, no actual live court sessions. And they found that both the people coming in and the attorneys like to call in rather than show up in person, because they can handle more cases without driving all over the state. So I don't know if that's going to become a permanent thing, but right now the court is there, it's open. You have to ring a buzzer and they come and let you in. But the facility is up and running, so it's good. They meet 2 times a month right now, and then later on they'll drop down to once. But she said everything is fine and they're satisfied with all the work that's been done. It's positive. One other thing, I wanted to commend the police and also public works for there's much better adherence to the rules with bikes at Anchorage. They were leaving their bikes all over the place and blocking the ADA access that's now in the last couple of weeks. They seem to be paying much more attention, so I really appreciate that. And Sean is working on getting one additional bike rack that we'll try putting across the street on the west side. So that's my
Thanks, Jeff. Great.
I just want to say thanks to the DPW for doing a great job keeping the town clean. A lot to keep up with, and we had a lot of people in and out. Not as many as last year, but it's still a lot to keep up with the garbage and people leaving stuff where they shouldn't. It's just, remember, you bring it on, take it out. That's it.
Pretty simple.
Yeah, pretty easy, pretty simple. Because I hate seeing garbage left by people on the beach. It's something that can be completely avoided, and I appreciate everybody that clean up after yourselves. I want to thank the police department and Mark for helping out with putting the cones and crosswalks. It is helping a little bit, but I also want to put out to the public. Please keep an eye out for the crosswalks. If you see somebody at the crosswalk, please slow down if you can and stop. I understand if the car's behind you and you don't see it, it's understandable, but more and more often I'm seeing people that just are not paying attention when they come to the crosswalks. And I've yelled at a few people crossing with my dog, and they completely mess of themselves. I'm screaming at the top of my lungs, but they stop. So please just be aware of the crosswalks and watch out for our pedestrians. Thank you.
Okay.
Just one more thing.
Sure, Jeff.
Thank you to Jeff for reminding me. This week, the Public Safety Committee will be meeting on EMS matter. So I'll talk to the reps from Home Beach. We have a regular meeting, full meeting, so we'll be able to give you, the mayor and council, a full report.
Mayor, I know some members of the public have been asking questions with respect to sort of where the effort is with respect to the school realignment conversations with our neighbors. I'm wondering if you've had further conversations with the town.
Yes, that's going to be my update tonight.
Okay.
Yeah, earlier this morning too. That's right.
I set you up, so there you go.
Thanks. I'll give you $1 later.
Yeah.
Anything else, Jeff? Or?
No.
All right. Sounds good. Oh yeah, so the tax bill's been mailed out already, so we should be receiving it this week. And with that, we included a borough update, so it's kind of a twofer. We wanted to throw some general updates. One of them being on the school regionalization status. Right now, we're in good shape. There's nothing else we can do this current at the point in time. We passed the 2 resolutions needed to progress from including the revised feasibility study of possibly joining the district with the Highlands and Atlantic Highlands. Our board administrator Joe has been in pretty constant contact with their VAs, and I've also been in contact with the mayors. So we're all on the same page right now. Just because of time constraints and how, by the time the governor signs off on the legislation and everything, we're going to shoot, as of today, we're going to shoot for a town hall meetings probably in the first half of 2022. And then we will also, in all 3 towns, And then we will also shoot for a referendum vote at the general election of 2022 also. So aside from that, everything's in the works, and there's nothing else to do right now, but just stay tuned as it progresses. And our consultants are working on it, our attorneys are working on it, so we're in a good place right now. Aside from that, that pretty much ends the public portion of the meeting tonight. Then we do have an executive session we have to go into, so unless anybody else has any other comments, we're going to go ahead and adjourn and go into the executive session. When we come out, we're not going to take any more public action. All right, sounds good?
Sorry, I have a question.
Sure.
I should have asked at the beginning, but Owen Duane, 10 Church Street. What's the timeline for both the Rumson-Seabright Bridge project? I know that the Dunkin' Donuts has been closed for a long time and the city is just kind of sitting empty. Just curious what the timing is for that project. And then also for Haven, the big project along the riverfront. I think it's been approved at this point. I'm just curious.
Yeah, the riverfront project still has to go through additional planning. Yeah, they're not there yet.
Okay.
It is in progress.
What about the bridge?
Yeah, the last I heard that it's a county project, as you know, and I believe they're going to try to start the project by the end of this year. And then they're going to keep the current bridge intact. I think it's about a 1.5-year process to build a new one south of the existing bridge.
Yeah.
So to keep the existing one functional, and then after that they'll demo the current bridge once they have the second one open and in use. And then that'll probably take maybe 6 months.
So we'll probably see construction for at least 2.5 years.
Cool. Nice. I should have asked.
No, great. Thanks. All right, would anybody make a motion to go into executive session?
Second.
All right, everyone in favor?
Thank you, everybody.
Yeah, thanks. Have a great night.